fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, what they thought about it.
Dumb as a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt.
I liked beer.
They think that...
I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
Sam, if I could just get this sentence out, we can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
That will enhance our underlying effort to accommodate the Russian oligarchs and make sure we take their ill-begotten gains. We're going to accommodate them. We're going to seize their yachts.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
You haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
They're coming all over the place. We've ended the war on American energy. We're in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal, one of our great natural resources.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodical installational. Welcome back to the program. It is I'm here once again to do a show. Today we've got a show. We got some natural sunlight hitting my face. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that looks good. We got the squirrel in the chat peddling some disinformation. This be always late. I'll have you know, I have been late exactly 0 times in the last several months. That is some disinformation. The squirrel is aiming for a Tucker Carlson Tonight slot. Do not take that seriously. I've got myself some coffee, which I am attempting to drink still, as of this moment. Are those pants I am wearing? I'm wearing jeans. That's right. And they have a hole in them because I'm stylish and fashionable. But yes, that's correct. Environmental Coffee House in the chat. Pike Mintz. I did comedy last night. I'm happy for you. How did it go? Am I American? Yes. I'm going to be leaving the house today, so I figure let's wear some goddamn jeans. I got jeans. I might as well wear them. Leave the house, you know? There you go. Nope, we got a Max dog coming in. Hello, Max. He's coming in. Max! Max! Look at him. Oh, you can't even see him. He's right here. Come on, Maxie. Get up. Uppy, uppy, uppy. Uppy, uppy, uppy. There you go. He's here. Look at this dog. Hello, everyone. This is Max the dog. Say hi, Max. Hi. I love this dog. All right, thank you, Max, for killing approximately 58 seconds. Appreciate that. All right. So we got a show lined up for today. Some would even say it's a program. We got a program lined up for today. So, we're going to be doing a program. So I saw this article in my Google News feed, because Google News, you know, they know I love this shit. This is from USA Today. Now, last time I checked, I don't think the USDA is releasing new guidelines or updating their guidelines, at least last time I checked. I think that this is just like one of those articles that it's like, what are we going to post? What are we going to publish? I don't know. Let's remind people that food exists. Maybe. Right? So, all right. I mean, I'm in. Let's see. I'm a healthy eater. I'm someone that loves to eat healthily. Reminder to go watch my cooking show, Cooking with the Bitch. New episode came out yesterday. Anyway, USA Today. How many calories should I eat a day? The USDA's guidelines for men, women, and children. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. This may be controversial, but I think that the USDA guidelines are trash. That's my opinion. So let's get into this article and I'll explain. Few things are as essential as nutrition, yet few things can feel as nebulous. Even the question of how to lose weight, once regarded as basic, is contested by experts, wrong, who say there's more to it than simply eating less and exercising more. Well, yeah, no shit. It's not contested. Anyone that's telling you that weight loss is as easy as eat less and walk more, they're a fucking idiot. They've never been right. And anyone who thought that that was basic information is a moron. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there. How many calories should you eat a day? There is no single answer to this question either, experts say. It depends on a number of variables, including your gender, age, weight, among others. But the U.S. Department of Agriculture puts out a rough calorie ranges as part of its dietary guidelines report published every 5 years. Here's how many calories the USDA says you should eat. So, okay. Like, first of all, this article is like, let's talk about nutrition. Let's talk about food. Noble, right? I love talking about nutrition. I love talking about food. And then it's like, well, some doctors say this, some doctors say that. Let's just look at what the government says. All right, let's look at what the government says. What are they eating here, by the way? 2 rounded scoops? What the hell's a rounded scoop? How many calories should I eat a day? Adult females need anywhere from 1,600 to 2,400 calories a day, and adult males need anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day, according to the USDA's latest dietary guidelines for Americans report released in 2020. Daily calorie needs for toddlers younger than 2 fall... Okay, fuck the toddlers. Don't take that out of context. The ranges vary based on gender, age, weight, and activity level. So first of all, I've got a problem with using gender and ranges. Adult females need anywhere from 1,600 to 2,400 calories a day. Yo, this gives us no information. This gives us zero information. So you're telling me 1,600 to 2,400. Adult males, 2,000 to 3,000. What? That's there is no information gained. I'm an adult female. Should I get 1,600 or 2,400? Who knows? What? That's why, again, gender is just a stupid way to use these metrics. It should be based more on, like, you know, body weight index or whatever. I mean, and even that's a flawed system, right? But it's like, this isn't even a system. This, let alone a flawed system. This is just garbage. Like, this is trash. And again, this is why I hate the USDA guidelines, because they're just garbage. Like, they're just really bad. Calorie calculator. Oh, here we go. Just again, all my biases on the table. Calories, any doctor, any nutritionist, any healthy eating person that's going to whine about calories. Oh, calories, bro. Calories in and calories out. Anyone that's going to like make food and do on their cooking show, and this is only 316.4 calories. Motherfucker, calories are meaningless. Calories don't mean anything. They mean nothing. They mean nothing. Compare the calories, right, in broccoli to eating or drinking a can of Coca-Cola. If you eat 100 calories of broccoli or drink 100 calories of Coca-Cola, is that the same thing? Anyone that would say yes is a moron. So if we're going to say no, those are different things, even though they're the same calories, then that puts into question this whole calorie metric of measurement here. The USDA also refers Americans to an online dietary reference intake calculator that makes individualized daily calorie intake suggestions based on the information you input, along with daily macronutrient, vitamin, and mineral intake recommendations. So that's a little bit better. But either way, calories is irrelevant. The only relevant measures are macronutrients, vitamins, and minerals. That's all that shit. That's what you need to be paying attention to. Calories are just, it doesn't mean anything. Like, I've had many eating disorders in my life, right? And then I decide, you know what? I got a fucked up eating style. I'm going to start reading a bunch of books, and I'm going to start studying this. And I've realized that calories don't mean anything. They just don't. If you pay attention to calories at all, you're losing. You're a loser, right? Pay attention to protein, fiber, what kind of fats you're getting, what kind of vitamins you're getting. That's what you need to pay attention to. And when you pay attention to that and you hit those goals, then the calories are irrelevant. You'll be eating at a calorie deficit, whatever that means anyway. Well, online calculators provide calorie rough intake estimates. Carolyn Susie, a registered dietitian and spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition. Oh shit, the Academy. Dietetics. I don't like ticks. You ever got bit by a tick? Yikes. Recommends consulting a dietitian to best figure out your calorie needs and how to meet them. Okay, so wait, let me get this straight. So the dietitian recommends that you spend money you don't have or use health insurance that you don't have to go visit a dietitian before you make any judgments on your eating? Bro, what? Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, all power to dietitians. They do a great job a lot of the time, I think, right? But what about if you don't have fucking health insurance? What about if you're poor and you can't afford to go to a doctor for your weight issue? Or, because guess what? I don't have health insurance. I'm too poor to go to a doctor just to ask them about food. If I'm going to go to the doctor, I want to get like fucking stitches. I'm going to fucking close an open wound or something, motherfucker. I'm not going to go to the doctor to ask them some basic shit I should have learned in fucking 3rd grade. But okay. USA Today asks us, what is a calorie? That's a good question. What is a calorie? A calorie is a unit of energy in food, according to the National Institute of Health. That's all right. That's not that bad of an answer, but let's go on. And our body uses that energy derived from foods to help us live our best life and go throughout our days. Susie told USA Today. 1 gram of carbohydrates is 4 calories. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. And 1 gram of fat contains 9 calories. Okay, so what is a calorie? That doesn't give us any information. None of this gives us any information. A calorie is a unit of measurement. Okay, great. So are light years. Like, what like, I don't know, like a unit of measurement. Great, okay. That doesn't tell us any, like, I don't know. Like, imagine you're reading this article, and you know nothing about diets, you know nothing about how food works, you're an idiot, you're an American, you have no idea what's going on. I would like to say, reminder, 95% of American citizens, 95%, I don't know, citizens, persons, whatever, 95% of people in this country are fiber deficit. They do not eat enough fiber in their diet. 95%. That's not 95% do eat enough fiber in their diet and only 5% are missing the mark. 95 motherfucking goddamn son of a bitchin' % of Americans don't eat fiber. What? How come politicians aren't talking about that? How come people on mainstream news aren't talking about that? How come I'm the only podcaster in the history of the world who's ever talked about this? Doesn't that seem a little bizarre to you? That 95% of Americans don't know how to eat? They don't know how to eat vegetables? They're just too fucking stupid to eat fruits with the skin on? Is this... what? And of course, USA Today isn't going to take this article to mention that 95% of Americans have a deficit in fiber intake. 88% of Americans are estimated to have a form of metabolic syndrome, by the way, which is typically one of the precursors that leads to pre-diabetes, so it's pre-diabetes. 88% of Americans estimated to have metabolic syndrome. And yet, everywhere you see, calories in and calories out. What? And now this final head bulletin, whatever. One way to lose weight is by reducing calorie consumption, but experts warn against cutting back too much. So, once again, are they going to give us any actual information? Or are they just going to give us a bunch of vague, I'll consult a dietitian and, we'll see. Susie, who the fuck is Susie, by the way? Susie said she comes across people, the dietitian, on an extreme calorie deficit diets who consume less than 1,000 calories a day. It's just not enough to keep you fueled long term, Susie said. And what's scary is when it's extreme and too low, you put yourself at risk for certain vitamin and nutritional deficiencies. And research has shown that taking in too few calories can stunt your metabolism. I see a lot of people undereat because they do a ridiculous calculation online. Christina Barth, a health and nutrition professor at the Arizona State University, told USA Today, and they wonder why they're not losing weight. Well, you can cut your calories too low, your body slows down, your metabolism slows down. Okay, so notice this, by the way. Are they going to give you a solution? No. So what they're saying is, if your diet is based on calorie restriction, that's probably not going to work out. The end. That's the end of the story. So if someone who reads this is a diet based on calorie restriction, and they read this, and it's like, oh shit, I'm doing it wrong. Well, they're not going to tell you how to do it right. Isn't that insane? That's what I hate about these articles. Whenever mainstream media talks about food, it reminds me how stupid this fucking country is. I don't know, man. If you're going to take the time to tell people not to do a calorie deficit like that, provide them a solution. I don't know. It's that easy. 95% of Americans don't eat enough fiber. Chances are, you're part of the 95%. Maybe eat a fucking salad, bitch. I don't know. Throw that in the fucking article. I don't know, man. Anyway, this shit triggers me. So I wanted to talk about this. Whenever I see any mainstream media article on food or nutrition, I know I'm in for a Whopper. And I'm not talking about the Burger King Whopper. I ain't talking about the Burger King Whopper. That's a good point. So right here, right, what is it? Do ridiculous calculation online. So they're criticizing calorie calculators. And then right here, the USDA also gives you a calorie count. So calculate your calories and how much you need, but also don't take the calculations too seriously. Excellent. This is great advice. This is great advice. Suitable only for an American. Now, I just want to say, as a former stupid person, I used to be a stupid person. I'm not a stupid person anymore. And for 4 easy payments of $19.95, you can also not be a stupid person anymore. But anyway, I used to be a dumb motherfucker. I used to actually, when I first started to try to lose weight, for those of you that don't know, look at me right now. Look at me. Just feast your eyes on my form. I used to be 250 or 260 pounds. I don't know. I never got like a ceiling weight. Because, there's a point where it's like you're afraid to step on a scale. I used to be fat as fuck. So, as a former fat fuck, I can assure you, I've tried almost every one of these stupid fucking meme diets. I've tried calorie restrictions. I've tried anorexia. I've tried the fucking chew and spit. I've tried bulimia. I've tried it all. And I can tell you, right, if mainstream media were to have made it easier to learn about how to feed yourself, none of that shit would have happened. And articles like this causes way more problems than it solves. If they were to add, just mention fiber, mention calories don't actually matter, it's about macronutrients, right? And again, my thing that I always say, if you're eating fiber, right? If you're eating 40 grams of fiber a day, you are literally not going to be able to overeat. If you eat fucking salads at least once a day, if you eat a salad once a day, you are going to be unable to overeat on other things nearly as much. It's just that simple. I don't know. Why doesn't anyone recommend actual solutions? It causes former stupid motherfuckers like myself to spend years of our lives just struggling because it's really difficult to find actual information. And, can you blame Americans when 95% of Americans don't eat fucking vegetables? Can you really blame this country for producing dumb motherfuckers that don't know how to eat vegetables? I don't know, man. But anyway. There you go. I love to rant and rave about food, so. Got myself a LaCroix once again. This is the Pamplemousse. Can you see that word? Okay, this is LaCroix. Pamplem Pamplemousse LaCroix seltzer. This is not an advertisement. I like reading the LaCroix cans because it's entertaining. Waterloo is good. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Just a reminder, I am the only show, folks, that gives you nutrition advice while we talk about how the world is ending. I know you might be wondering to yourself, well, why would I care about my diet when the world's ending? Well, why do you think the world's ending? Because not enough people care about their diets and they're too fucking stupid and unhealthy and they can't fucking revolt against this goddamn government. You think a government is afraid of a population where 95% of its citizens are unhealthy freaks that can't even fucking walk half a mile without fucking being exhausted and falling on the floor? Honestly, let's be real. Let's be fucking real here. People always wonder, what happened to the energy in 2020? Why doesn't anyone protest like they did in 2020? The answer is because everyone got tired. They lost all their energy. They don't eat salads. They don't eat fiber. They're eating fucking Hidden Valley Nature granola bars with 17 grams of added sugar in them and thinking that's a healthy snack. You want to know why this country doesn't fucking revolt against its fucking oppressors? Because we're all fucking stupid and we don't know how to eat. And we fucking, again, just walking across the fucking hall or walking up and down the stairs makes us want to fucking take a nap. Jesus goddamn Christ. Watch Cooking with the Bitch, Wednesdays, 11:30 a.m. Hello, Carl. Will there be a Doom stream today? I'm going to be streaming Doom on Saturday. So, I will see y'all on Saturday for that. Hello, Hoss Boss Man. It's so hard for people to shift how they think about food. It's a drug addiction. When you ask an alcoholic to just stop drinking alcohol, they're going to be like, I can't. When you ask a fucking meat eater scumbag to stop eating meat, they're going to be like, I can't. When you want to ask someone to stop eating fucking Fruit Loops for breakfast, I can't. Maybe you should rethink your Wendy's order. I can't do it because they're fucking drug addicts. And I would say this is a former and current drug addict. Spaghetti is not healthy. That's wrong. Oh, Max the dog is here because I'm making noises. First of all, I use whole grain spaghetti. Whole grain spaghetti is good for you. Second of all, there is no added sugar in any of my ingredients. Third of all, there's a fuckload of fiber and vitamins added to my ingredients. Motherfucking nutritional yeast, by the way, blows that in, like that fucking vitamins, and you got like vitamin B12. You know, everyone loves B12. Oh, the vegans and vegetarians can't get B12. What about nutritional yeast, motherfucker? God bless fungus. Can we get a hashtag gotta love fungus in this fucking chat? Why not make your own? I've made my own pasta. If you make your own pasta, it's even better for you. As what some may say or call an alcoholic, alcohol, and I'm just being honest with you. If I've got two addictions, one of them is alcohol, one of them is sugary foods, I'd kick the sugary foods way before I'd kick the alcohol. I'm just saying. And I say this, I wouldn't recommend you do either. But if you're drinking beer, fuck that beer. Learn how to make yourself a cocktail. I recommend vodka, gin, rum, and a seltzer. If you mix it right, it'll be like a White Claw, but even less calories. And cheaper, by the way. And cheaper. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll drink a beer every once in a while, but I'm just saying. All right, this is a new show. I can't stop drinking. I can stop eating meat, but I won't. Well, have fun dying, Rielon. Have fun ending your life at the ripe old age of fucking 43. I mean, it depends how addicted to alcohol you are. I drink maybe 2 to 3 times a week at my current rate. Reminder, I got drunk as hell during my Cooking with the Bitch show. You'll see every time, like, I don't know if I re-pour the glass at all in the video, but like there's a lot of parts where I cut it out and I like pour like a third. I got a little fucked up on that one. I hope it was entertaining. But you know, those are rookie numbers. All right, let's get into some news. U.S. to ban sale of single-use plastic on public lands and national parks by 2032. Now, first of all, I'm going to give you my opinion on this. We should ban single-use plastic everywhere. Not just on like public lands or national parks. We should ban single-use plastic worldwide. Multi-use plastic, you know, like this chair, right? This is plastic, but I use this chair for multiple years, right? At least I hope. That's fine. I'm down with plastic if it actually has a purpose. You know, like those bins, like the tote bins, you know? I like to store my bullshit in those bins. You know, I love plastic. But like shit like Coke bottles, no, go fuck yourself. And then there's also another thing. How much money do we waste on shipping these 2-liter bottles of like soda when 99% of what's in the plastic bottle is water? Think about this. Water comes out of the pipes anywhere in the country. Now, again, most of the water is poisoned, but we could have just improved the water quality and fixed that. But water comes out of pipes everywhere in the country, and yet we spend millions and millions and millions and millions, probably billions of dollars, shipping giant containers of water with a little bit of syrup in it across the country. How fucking stupid is that? Think about that shit. How fucking dumb. Not only is it single-use plastic that usually winds up in the ocean, right? But 99% of what's in there is water. Why don't we just ship the fucking syrup concentrates and have every store just have its own soda stream, like at the fucking goddamn? I don't know, man. Do we really need 2-liter bottles of water that have a little bit of fucking concentrated syrup in it? Do we really need these 20-ounce bottles of water that have a little bit of syrup in it? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. So, okay, but let's get into this. The U.S. Interior Department said on Wednesday it will phase out the sale of single-use plastic products in national parks and other public lands by 2032. 10 years from now? Who the fuck is going to wait until 2032? Our fucking whole world's going to collapse in 2032, motherfucker. Public lands are like national parks. You know, like those fucking, like those big-ass parks. And in an attempt to mitigate a major contributor to plastic pollution, the country's recycling rate continues to decline. First of all, okay, acknowledging that there is a plastic pollution problem, part one, great. Solving that by banning the sale of like 20-ounce bottles of water with Coke syrup in it at like 13 locations across the country, that's not doing anything. That's nothing. And then do it like if they did that now, if they started this now, that's one thing. But in 10 years from now, like, I'm sorry, man. Again, this is like, I hate to say it, but like, holy shit, man.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
That is some stupid ass fucking doo-doo brained garbage. Like, these motherfuckers have diarrhea coming out of their eye sockets, motherfucker. Anyone who came up with this idea, Interior Secretary Deb Haaland issued an order. I'm sorry. I don't know, man. Deb Haaland, she seems pretty interesting from what I know about her. But this is some really stupid fucking garbage. This is some stupid fucking goddamn garbage. This is the... Now, again, is it better than nothing? Honestly, no. It's actually worse than nothing because it's going to convince people that they've finished the job. Look, we did something, and so let's go home. So this is actually worse than nothing. like not only to say it is nothing, because 10 years from now, we're going to be in a different world, right? Like 10 years from now is a different world, and so this is literally nothing. But it's so not only is it nothing, but it's nothing and it's worse than nothing at the same time. Jesus Christ. To reduce the procurement, sale, and distribution of such products and packaging on more than 480 million acres of public lands, and to identify more sustainable alternatives like compostable or biodegradable materials. How about glass? I don't know, man. Like glass refillable bottles, and you enter the park with your glass bottle, and you leave the park with your glass bottle. How about that? And then, oh, you want to have a soda? Go to the fucking soda stream. Like, it's not... Like, we all have all... Like, that's the thing. That's what's so fucking stupid about this hyper-capitalist world that we live in, is we have all the solutions. They all exist. It's just that we choose not to use them. It's like you're taking a test, and you know all the answers, but you just choose to select the wrong answers. 2 plus 2... Well, I know it equals 4, but I'm going to write 7 instead? What? Like, Now, again, if this order were active in 2023, like next year or whatever the next cycle is or whatever, maybe 2 years, right? I don't know. You need to just phase out what you got, all the supply or whatever. Then maybe I would say, not bad. But 2032, 10 years from now, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Go fucking fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. This measure would help to reduce nothing. This measure would help to reduce nothing. Go fuck yourself. In 2011, some national parks imposed a ban on plastic water bottle sales in an effort to reduce waste and recycling costs. The restrictions resulted in removal of up to 2 million water bottles per year before the Trump administration rolled back the ban 6 years later. Okay, so they already did this, and then the Trump administration rolled it back. Okay, so that brings me back to my question. Okay. So, in order for this thing to take effect in 2032, we're going to need to have every administration from now until then to be Democrat. A Republican cannot win for 10 years, otherwise this has no effect. Because the next time a Republican enters office, they're just going to say, fuck that shit, and just tear it up. So, what the fuck? So there's an acknowledgement that a Republican can just tear this up at any minute. Like, does anyone actually think that there's going to be non-stop Democratic presidents for the next 10 years? Like, I mean, like, Jesus Christ! But they're fucking stupid. These motherfuckers are fucking dumb. The U.S. is one of the largest producers of plastic waste. The country's recycling rate fell between 5 and 6% last year. Jesus fucking goddamn Christ. Last beach cleanup and beyond plastics say, as some countries stopped taking U.S. waste exports and waste levels reached new highs. The Interior Department said it produced nearly 80,000 tons of municipal solid waste in fiscal year 2020. And so let's do nothing for 10 years. Fucking the Interior Department, this is Deb Haaland speaking. The Interior Department has an obligation to play a leading role in reducing... There's no way Deb Haaland believes that what she's saying means anything. There's no way. I refuse to believe that Deb Haaland is saying this in good faith. Like, yes, we're taking a step to save the world. If she does, she's a fucking moron. She's the stupidest bitch who's ever lived on planet Earth. If that's the case, then Jesus fucking Christ. But she has to know that what she's saying is bullshit. There's no way that she could possibly ever, like, convince me that this is not bullshit. Deb Haaland, what the fuck are you doing? The Department of Interior's single-use plastic ban will curb millions of pounds of... No, it won't. It won't. Why? Because if it's going to be enacted in 10 years, it's not going to happen! Like, I don't... This fucking shit's crazy. These people are fucking stupid. I'm sorry, man. This fucking shit, I really can't. I can't.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Jesus. What a bunch of fucking horse shit. The squirrel says, I'll never fond true sobriety. Can't stand the world enough to be at least high. I drink at the end of the day every day. I agree with you, but I don't think alcohol, in my opinion, I don't think alcohol is the best thing to be doing every day. But if you want a list of substances, hit me up. Just a reminder, folks. Just a reminder. I got to remind everyone of this frequently. There are several cities and an entire state in the United States. That state is Oregon. But all across the country, there are several cities that have decriminalized various kinds of drugs that are not alcohol, right? My favorite drug is the fungus. I love fungi. So, if you look it up, you can go on Google.com and you can look up list of cities that have decriminalized magic mushrooms. And you can go to those cities, and then you can have an unlimited supply of drugs, and the cops won't kill you. So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there, and the entire state of Oregon, just throwing that out there. But yeah, I think alcohol is something you would want to replace with something else. That's just my opinion, though. But obviously, you do you. And in January 2023, British Columbia and Canada. Vodka and Coke Zero. That's an infernal combination. I've tried it. It's an infernal combination, let me tell you. It tastes you can't even taste the alcohol in it. I mean, unless you make it strong as fuck. But like I would do like, you know, a shot per can. And it's just too good. Like that should be illegal. And it's got caffeine in it. God damn. I love it. All right. Speaking of drugs, let's go to Thailand. Does anyone want to go to Thailand? Let's pack up and let's go on vacation. Thailand makes marijuana legal, but smoking is discouraged. So this headline underscores, or I think underestimates how cool this story is. So I want to read this story here. Thailand made it legal to cultivate and possess marijuana as of Thursday, like a dream come true for an aging generation of pot smokers who recall the kick delivered by the legendary Thai stick variety. The public health minister's plan to distribute 1 million marijuana seedlings begins Friday, has added to the impression that Thailand is turning into a weed wonderland. So not only are they going to legalize marijuana, they are giving away 1 million plants. Holy shit, that's great. Like, that's one of those things where it's like, a lot of, like, you see in the United States, a lot of states will legalize marijuana, right? But then if, like, anyone got arrested for marijuana or whatever, like, they're just going to stay in their life sentence, right? And then also, when they do that, they only make it so that certain corporations can grow or whatever. But Thailand's like, nah, if we're going to legalize marijuana, we got to do it the right way. Everyone, have a fucking weed plant. Come over to the fucking whatever, you get a free weed plant. I'm in. Let's go to Thailand. The decision by the Food and Drug Administration to remove all of the plant from the category of narcotic drugs makes Thailand the first nation in Asia to decriminalize marijuana for medical and industrial use. But it is not following the examples of Uruguay and Canada, the only two countries so far that have legalized recreational marijuana on a national basis. So far, it appears there will be no effort to police what people can grow and smoke at home, aside from registering to do so and declaring it as medical purposes. So, I can, like, turn my entire house or apartment or whatever into a marijuana greenhouse. And as long as I just tell the government, yeah, by the way, I live in a marijuana greenhouse, they're good with it. What? That's great! That's great! I mean, again, let's go to fucking Thailand. That's amazing stuff. That's amazing. Some Thai advocates celebrated on Thursday by buying marijuana at a cafe that had previously been limited to selling products made from the parts of the plant to not keep people high. The dozen or so people who turned up early at the Highland Cafe were able to choose from a variety of buds with names such as sugarcane, bubblegum, purple, Afghani, and UFO. I want to try the UFO strain. Let's go. Quote, I can say it out loud that I'm a cannabis smoker. I don't need to hide it like in the past when I was branded as an illegal drug, said 24-year-old Ritapong Bashkul, the day's first customer. Marijuana is also known as cannabis or ganja in Thailand. Ooh, also known. That's great. That's great. So, shout outs to Thailand. They know what's going on. Once again, the idea that the government is going to dictate what you can and cannot grow in your closet is ludicrous. Not only is the government in a lot of these countries dictating what you can and cannot grow inside of your own body, right? That's also ludicrous. But the idea that, like, having, like, a plant in your backyard is worthy of, like, life in prison or death sentence, I mean, that's insane. That's insane. Like, imagine a world where, like, I don't know, growing tomatoes is, like, death sentence. Like, whatever, like, there's an alternate world where, like, I don't know, some king got, like, acid reflux from eating too many tomatoes and declared them to be evil or, like, Satanist or something, and then banned the growth of all tomatoes. That's essentially what we're dealing with. I mean, like, let's be real. That's what we're dealing with. Right? It's insane. That's fucking crazy fucking shit. It's insane. It's insane. It's crazy. It's insane. It's dumb. And it's fucking stupid. So let's go Thailand. I agree. Yeah, Oregon did things the right way, where they just basically said, as long as it's safe, as long as you make sure that it's not going to kill someone, fuck it. But you see in like states like California, I covered this story a couple months ago, maybe, I don't know when it was. But California, I think it was like one of the first states to legalize marijuana. More marijuana sales are black market sales than legal sales. How is that possible? It's had legal weed for like, what, 5-6 years now? More money is generated in black market revenue than in legal revenue. And the reason is because you need to have like a license that only corporations can get in order to distribute marijuana legally or sell it legally, right? And then they just like fucking jack up the prices. And so the black market still exists, and it's still, most people in California who use marijuana are still buying it on the black market and buying it illegally, and people are still getting arrested for it in California. Like, what the fuck? Right? What? It's insane. It's insane. I mean, that's some crazy shit. That is crazy. That is insane. That is crazy ass fucking shit. What a stupid fucking country. What a dumb fuck motherfucking country. My friends still drink and smoke meth in front of me and it doesn't even affect me. That's pretty cool. When it comes to like food, which is my big like addiction problem, man, if someone's eating like some really nice salty chip snack in front of me, I'm done. I'm ruined. Right? Like if someone's eating like a fucking Dorito, I know that they're not that good, but I get peer pressured like a motherfucker when it comes to like salty snacks and shit. Like Yep, the black market sucks for anything. And that's why you shouldn't rely on the black market. Anyway. Got a show going on. We're going to be getting into some really stupid fucking news, by the way. Like, we're getting into the news that's going to make you want to kill yourself section of the show. I need to have, like, a fucking, like, transition scene. News that makes you want to jump off a bridge. Part 1. Because that's where we're going. So, if you got any bridges nearby, if you're driving and you're going to drive across a bridge anytime soon, I recommend turning the show off, pulling over, whatever, because the following news items are going to make you want to jump off a fucking bridge. All right. The Supreme Court gives lawsuit immunity to Border Patrol agents who violate the Constitution. This is on Vox.com from Ian Millhiser. And this is a very interesting scenario. The Supreme Court handed down a decision on Wednesday, which effectively gives Border Patrol agents who violate the Constitution total immunity from lawsuits seeking to hold them accountable. Justice Clarence Thomas, majority opinion in Egbert v. Bioli, moreover, has implications that stretch far beyond the border. Egbert guts a seminal Supreme Court precedent, Bivens v. 6 Unknown Named Agents, 1971, which established that federal law enforcement officers who violate the Constitution may be individually sued and potentially be required to compensate their victims for their illegal actions. Egbert is a severe blow to the broader project of police accountability. While it does not target lawsuits against state law enforcement officers who violate the Constitution, it all but eliminates the public's ability to sue Border Patrol officers and possibly all federal officers who commit similar violations. In fairness, Egbert does indicate that people who believe their rights were violated by federal law enforcement may file a grievance. Oh, a grievance. Isn't that great? A grievance with the law enforcement agency that employs the officer who allegedly violated the Constitution. But such grievances will be investigated by other law enforcement officers, and no court or other agency can review a law enforcement officer's decision to exonerate a fellow officer. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? You can file a grievance. Let us know you're upset, and then we'll put your name on a list of people that got pissed off. And we're not going to use that list to harass you in the future. No, 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 no. But we're going to put you on a list of people who filed grievances, and also we can do whatever we want to you, and also we investigate each other. Great. And perhaps more importantly, Egbert most likely shuts down a civil rights plaintiff's ability to be compensated if their rights are violated. The plaintiff and Egbert alleged a very straightforward violation of the Fourth Amendment. The plaintiff, in this case, Robert Buell, is, admittedly, a somewhat shady figure. Buell operates a bed and breakfast along the border between Washington State and Canada, one cheekily named the Smuggler's Inn. Though Buell has, at times, acted as a paid confidential informant for immigration officials, his guests sometimes use his property to illegally cross the border. According to Thomas's opinion, federal agents also have seized from the inn shipments of cocaine, methamphetamine, ecstasy, and other narcotics. So, of course, this has to do with the fucking drug trade. Drugs that shouldn't even fucking be illegal in the first place are what's causing your fucking rights to be stripped away. Isn't that insane? Nevertheless, Buell alleges that he was a victim of a fairly straightforward Fourth Amendment violation, the use of excessive force by law enforcement officer. In March of 2014, Buolli, I don't know how to, welcomed a guest who had recently arrived in the United States from Turkey. The guest was lawfully present in the United States. Federal Border Patrol agent Eric Egbert decided to confront the guest when he arrived at the Smuggler's Inn. Upon the guest's arrival, Egbert drove onto Buell's property and approached the car containing the guest. Egbert refused to leave after Buolli asked him to do so, and then Buolli stepped between the Border Patrol agent and his guest. Egbert then allegedly shoved Buell against the car, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground. Buolli sued, claiming that he should be compensated for this alleged violation of the Fourth Amendment right to be free of excessive force. So, basically what this is establishing is if you live in an area near the Border Patrol can do whatever the fuck they want to you for no reason, even if you're not their target. If you're just walking on the street and they just want to, like, I don't know, do like an AoE attack like it's a fucking video game, they can. And I also want to show you this map. This map came to prominence in the 2020 protests when Donald Trump unleashed Border Patrol agents in Portland, Oregon. And, Portland, not that close to the Canadian border, but what it is close to is the California border. The Pacific Ocean. And so this is a map of everywhere in the United States because that Border Patrol can act in an official capacity because there's an established 100-mile radius from any border, and that includes the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. The oceans, motherfucker. So if you live basically in any major city, Border Patrol agents can effectively do whatever they want to you. That's what this Supreme Court ruling seems to indicate. If you live in the entire state of Maine, Florida, or Michigan, the entire state, you're fucked. Border Patrol can do whatever the fuck they want. Anything at all. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? This is crazy, but this is the world we live in. So let's get back to this. Where was I? These facts, as Justice Sonia Sotomayor notes in dissent, closely track the facts in the Bivens case. In that case, Sotomayor explains the plaintiff alleged the Federal Bureau of Narcotics agents unlawfully entered his apartment in New York City and used constitutionally unreasonable force to arrest him. And Bivens determined the plaintiff could sue the officer who allegedly used excessive force. The Fourth Amendment prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures, and Bivens established that a violation of this amendment by a federal agent acting under color of his authority gives rise to the cause of action for damages. Before Wednesday's decision in Egbert, in other words, it was well established that federal law enforcement officers who use unconstitutionally excessive force may be sued in federal court. Egbert explicitly exempts all Border Patrol agents from this rule, and it could be read to exempt nearly all, if not all, federal law enforcement officers from Bivens suits. Isn't that great? So this is a country, a so-called country that exists, and it's getting better and better every day, let me tell you. Isn't that crazy? The Supreme Court, unelected body, by the way, appointed by presidents who lost the popular vote and confirmed by senators that were represented by 40 to 50 million less people than the other party. Isn't that insane? It's fucking crazy. I mean, this shit's insane. I mean, it's not even. It's Looney Tunes. I mean, it's a joke. It's a cartoon. This is like a really bad sci-fi book. I could write a sci-fi novel and then just make all of the examples of like a Black Mirror style dystopian sci-fi future, and I could just make all the examples of bad stuff in the book be actual cases that the U.S. is doing. I could add a couple laser guns to it, and I guarantee you it would be a bestseller. Like, we are in the dystopian sci-fi future. That's where we are. Welcome. Hello, everybody. We're here. It's insane. Anyway. That's some crazy shit, folks. Speaking of crazy shit that makes you want to jump off a bridge. And again, explicitly, I do not condone jumping off a bridge. Do not hurt yourself. That being said, next up on news that makes you want to jump off a bridge. Actually, you know, I'm gonna... That's a really bad way to start this story, honestly. But this is really just really sad stuff. Hello, Anarchist Cat Food. Always love seeing your stream titles. Hell yeah, own it. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. More families of trans teens sue to stop Texas child abuse investigations. Now, this headline does not, this is from the Texas Tribune, this headline does not properly encapsulate what's in this story. Okay? I want you to understand this story that I'm going to read is a part of this article. The reason why I wanted to talk about this. And this fucking shit, okay? A new lawsuit filed Wednesday is challenging Governor Greg Abbott's directive to investigate parents who provide gender-affirming care to their transgender children. The lawsuit was filed by the ACLU and Lambda Legal on behalf of 3 families, including the Briggle family, who have long been advocates for trans rights, including hosting Republican Attorney General Ken Paxton for dinner with their transgender son. Oh, so brave. The lawsuit also seeks to block the state from investigating any families that belong to PFLAG, an advocacy group of parents and family members of LGBTQ+ people. The state is currently blocked from investigating one family that brought a prior legal challenge. This lawsuit seeks to widen the number of people who cannot be investigated under the directive. According to the filing, I want to scroll down here. I want to start with this part. According to the lawsuit, a 16-year-old transgender boy tried to kill himself the same day that Abbott issued the child abuse directive. He said the political environment, including Abbott's letter and being misgendered at school, led him to take these actions, the lawsuit said. He survived the attempt and was admitted to an outpatient psychiatric facility where staff learned he was undergoing hormone therapy. A week after he was discharged, an investigator from DFPS visited the family's home and according to the lawsuit, said the psychiatric facility had reported the family for child abuse. Okay, so Greg Abbott basically says, if you're a trans kid, we want you to die. A trans kid hears that and tries to kill themselves. They fail to kill themselves, which should be a good thing. I've tried to kill myself. I've tried to commit suicide a couple times, actually. And every time I failed. But you know what? If I woke up in a psychiatric facility and then they just said, oh, by the way, you're going to go into foster care now. We just reported your parents for child abuse. I would try to kill myself immediately again. Okay, that's my opinion. But, so they try to kill themselves. They fail, which should be a good thing. They go to a place to receive care. Now, again, a lot of these psychiatric facilities are really bad. They're really fucking bad. They just kind of treat you like you're a prisoner, and they just like pump you full of drugs for fun and entertainment. I know a lot of people that have actually gone there. So while they're there, oh, this kid is trans. Let's report their parents for child abuse. And then Gestapo knock on their door and say, all right, we got a tranny. Come with us. Isn't that insane? That's insane. That's insane. I mean, again, this is literally, like, this is not even, it's not even neo-Nazi. This is just Nazi. This is literally what the Nazis did. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's not even like 1% different than what the Nazis did. It is identical. This is identical. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. This fucking shit is crazy. Can you imagine? Like, not only is the governor signing an order that basically, it's like the all trannies please kill yourself order. That is might as well what it fucking should be called. Let's be honest, right? And then people see that and they think, well, fuck. I don't have enough money to move out of Texas. All my family lives here. I'll probably be killed by the government at some point. Might as well just fucking take my own life. They somehow survive. And then the government just starts the proceedings to try to kill them. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, sorry that you couldn't kill yourself by yourself. Let's finish the job for you. That's what the government's doing. It's insane. This is crazy shit. This is crazy shit. Everyone, I would like to introduce a new character to the program. This is Max the dog. Hello, Max. This is some crazy fucking shit, though. Like, I read this article last night, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was crying. Like, this fucking shit is scary. This is scary. Like, okay, I'm 26, right? There's bills that are probably going to be passed in states like North Carolina the next time there's a Republican governor. They tried to ban transgender healthcare for anyone under the age of 26, 25 and under. I'm 26. I feel like I might be the last generation of trans people that are going to possibly exist. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm going to be like the youngest possible trans person 30 years from now. And that's fucking scary. And then also, probably not, because if that is the case, I'll probably be dead by then because I'll be on some list to be thrown into a fucking death camp. Because this fucking shit is insane. This is insane. It's insane. Like, anyone that would possibly endorse this stuff is a psychopath that needs to go somewhere. If you want to go to, like, fucking Wyoming and build your own ethno-state, God bless you, but get the fuck out of the rest of our lives. It's crazy shit. It's crazy fucking shit. That's crazy. That is like, there's no word that exists in any human language on Earth that could possibly encapsulate how crazy it is to be alive in this world. Like, goddamn. Crazy fucking garbage. I got into an argument with a couple about trans rights. They agreed with me on all the humanitarian parts when explained, but still ended with they shouldn't be in sports. The sports thing, it really is that, like, it's that tool to enter people into the bigotry zone. There's this fucking guy that, for whatever reason, I've had so many people tell me is a cool guy. Fucking, I don't know if anyone knows Matt Taibbi. He went on, like, this big Twitter tantrum last night that people were sending me about how, like, you know, the left can't define women. He was, like, promoting Matt Walsh, a self-described theocratic fascist, promoting Matt Walsh's, like, documentary on how, like, trans people are icky and gross and killing our kids or whatever. And then also he was, like, writing articles about how, like, LGB dropped the T, right? Like, I've had so many people over the years tell me that Matt Taibbi is, like, some really anti-establishment, awesome journalist. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that much about him. But, like, this fucking shit, the trans fucking sports thing, it softens the bigotry, right? And then it opens the door to just go into a full neo-Nazi. Like, anyone that is doing any anti-trans rhetoric at this point in time is a neo-Nazi. That's it. That's it. That's it. You don't need any other politics. It doesn't matter if you think, oh, homeless people should be given a cash stipend. If you think trans people need to be eradicated off the planet, you are a neo-Nazi. And if you support legislation that does that, if you support people whose mission that is, you are a neo-Nazi. That's it. There were plenty of Nazis in Germany that were progressive on economics, whatever the fuck that means, but wanted to get rid of Jewish people. And guess what? They're Nazis. It doesn't matter. If you want to get rid of Jewish people, but you think all Aryans should be given a UBI, that doesn't make you an economic populist or an economic progressive or lefty on economics. That makes you a neo-Nazi, or a Nazi in that case. Is that it? There is no other necessary... You can say whatever you want about anything else. If you endorse and embrace and encourage and promote the trans genocide, you are a neo-Nazi, full stop, that's it. Do not pass go. No additional information required. That's it. Yep. I mean, like, that's the thing, is, like, I know my audience is mostly cisgender. I'm aware of this. Unfortunately, you know, we're trying every day to change that statistic. Am I right, people? Anyway. And I, you know, like, I understand my audience is probably going to be the people that are really passionate about the issue. But it's like, as the tranny freak in my family, you know what really fucking sucks? Like, just, like, going on, like, Facebook and seeing, like, people in your extended family who, like, I don't know, haven't talked to you in, like, 10 years, right? Just casually talking about how trans people should be exempt from sports, shouldn't be allowed to have fun, right? Kids shouldn't be, like, trans kids should stop existing. Trans kids shouldn't be allowed to have healthcare. Like, you know how that, you know, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy to be, yeah, like, these are people that, like, I would see when I was a kid. I would grow up around them, and they just are casually saying, yeah, let's genocide someone like, you know, my cousin or someone like my niece or whatever. That's insane. And I'm aware that, like, if you're cisgender, right, probably that happens all the time in your family, and it doesn't just affect you personally, but it's still fucking insane. Like, trans genocide is so just commonplace in this goddamn fucking country. It's insane. It's crazy. Like, people just, like, they don't care at all. I mean, a lot of it's like the same mentality of like when the Iraq war was going on. I remember asking people in my family when I was like, 8 years old, 10 years old. I was like, why the fuck are we in Iraq? I was just curious because I'd see it on television all the time, on the news. Iraq this, Afghanistan. Our soldiers support the troops, the brave troops. And every time I asked anyone in my family, what are we fighting about? Like, they would just say, like, I don't know, like, there's the brown people are trying to kill us. Like, Muslims tried to kill us, and now we're going to kill every Muslim on earth. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Americans are just so accepting of just casual genocide. Like, it's just insane. It's crazy to think about just how fucking brainwashed the average American is. It's fucking insane. These people are crazy. And this is why, again, I resent America. I hate America. I hate Americans. I resent this country. I resent the institutions. And I resent the people. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you go too far when you harass the everyday person. Fuck you, okay? I hate Americans. I hate Americans. As a whole, as a group, as a nation, as a collective, Americans are garbage. Does that mean every American citizen or person that lives in America is bad? No. But it means as a group, the collective definition of us as a society is horrible. Is horrible. Americans are garbage. And there's a couple of decent ones. I got like 30 to 40 of them to watch me rant and rave every morning, and that's great. But think about the other 340 million or so Americans that don't watch my show every morning, and just think about how fucking crazy these people are. Americans are garbage. I hate Americans. I hate them so much. I hate them with every fiber of my being. I hate American politics. I hate American politicians. I hate the media. I hate people that are in the media. I hate everyone in this country. Everyone. They're just... It's so horrible. It really is. And then you see these fucking people, like Democratic politicians. I did this story the other day. That, we personally don't want trans people to be murdered. And that's it. That's the end of their activism. They're politicians. They're in positions of power. And the only thing that they do on the subject is like, oh yeah, I've got like, my brother's half-sister's mother-in-law's niece is transgender. And I went to a dinner party with them and ruffled their hair and gave them a nickel and said, good luck, Jack. So... And that's the end of their activism. They're politicians. They could do something, but they choose not to. And that's the average American, too. They might not explicitly hate trans people, but they're going to sit back and watch the genocide for entertainment. Yep. It's insane. Like, these fucking stupid, dumb fuck Americans are fucking crazy. They're crazy. We need a complete and total shutdown on Americans and them being able to speak out loud or type anything online until we figure out what the hell is going on. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of my show. It's the end of my program. So anyway, find your nearest bridge. And hopefully it hasn't collapsed yet because of our failing American infrastructure. Right? And so find your nearest barely holding on bridge, rickety ass bridge, and read some news, and then make a... Oh, god damn it. Oh. Don't jump. We will sell it to you. Excellent. Excellent. Anyway, that's the program, so... there you go.
And then they have cans of soup. Soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. Isn't it wonderful to allow protest? No.
That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
Dumb as a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa,